All right, well, welcome, Itamar. Thank you for joining me here at Entrée Capital's Founder Spotlight series, where we highlight some of the inspiring founders in our portfolio and invite them to share some of the lessons along the way. You ready to get started?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Amazing, amazing. So let's first start with the basics. If you can tell our listeners a little bit about who you are, introduce yourself as Itamar.
So my name is Itamar. I'm 47 years old, father of 3 and 4 kids, living my life in between Israel and New York in the past 5-6 years, mainly in New York. So I'm the CEO and co-founder at Rivery. In the past, I led another 2 companies that I founded, one in Israel and one in New York, but actually in New York it became to be a North America company that we opened like seven sites across the board from Toronto, DC, LA, but the headquarters was in New York. At Rivery, we established the company late into December 2019. We made it as a spin-off from my previous company because we built the prototype, the MVP. We started to work with several customers, best tech companies in Israel, and that at some point we realized that we built something really good, and we need to spin off this technology in order to be a huge company as we want to be. So this is the history.
Could you tell me, and I'm starting straight away by not asking something that we discussed, but I'm interested in understanding that, how you knew that this spinoff or this feature of your existing product deserved to be a product itself? Because there is a lot of times that founders do have that same experience, but there's that debate: can this be a thriving business, or is this just still maintaining a good feature that we need? So how did you know? Was that validation from the customers? Was that internal gut feeling?
It's a great question. Actually, my career starts at 2000, and in the past 22 years, I'm mainly focusing on building a data platforms. I did it as an engineer in the early days, and then became to be a project manager and led some development teams that basically built data platform for customers. And at some point, it was late in 2007, we built our first company, and really in a very short time we became to be a market leader in the Israeli market. And I think that this is the time when you started to see more tech companies in Israel. So we decided to focus on this industry, the new generation of companies. We grew a lot, and we always, as a company, we always saw and listened to what the customer needs. And as a company that building data warehouses and analytics platform for our companies, you really know the best what is the demand in the market. So when Aviv and Alon came to me, my co-founders, Aviv and Alon, they worked with me in the previous company, and they came with the idea to build Rivery. I told them, okay, let's start. I called it the ninja team. I told them, let's build a ninja team. So we will build an MVP. We will bring some customers, and let's see how it goes. And from that point, we will see where we can go, how far we can go with the product. Because you ask about why we understood, or when we understood that we can spin off the technology. We started to work with companies in Israel 2018, great companies like Minute Media, WalkMe, Dynamic Yields, and at some point, I think it was in the summer of 2018, senior leader in the global marketing and Abe InBev called me to my phone, literally to my phone. We had only my mobile in the website, and he told me, look, we have a big event in the World Cup. Budweiser is the main sponsor in the World Cup, and we need to build a digital data lake within a month. are you capable to do it? I told him, I'll do my best. We will do our best. So you make long story short, we worked around the clock 1 month. It was one of the most successful projects in AB InBev. And at that point, I understood that, okay, if the big AB InBev found that we have a very good solution that can scale to, to what their need as one of the largest companies in the world. So I think that we have something really good. So we started, I think it took us like 1 year. First, we started with spin-off technology and then, 6-7 months later, I think it was end of the summer of 2019, I personally got to the decision that we need to spin off because by then we already had the product market fit. We had around 30 accounts. All of them were really happy. Actually, good evidence is that all the companies that we worked from the early days, all the names that I mentioned, all of them keep working with us even 4 years later. So I think that point when I understood that the entire data market is actually changing. Companies wants to move to cloud. The experience that the data expert wants to have, it's not like when, it's not similar to what they had in their with the legacy solutions like Informatica or Talent or Oracle. They have their own solution. And I realized that we can build actually something really, really big. I think what inspired me the most is the Snowflake story, because Snowflake is, when we brought Snowflake to Israel, it was in 2016. No one really believed that someone can compete the Oracle of the world in databases or Microsoft of the world, but we saw that there is a big problem to scale with those solutions. They are not digital native and not cloud native solution. They are not SaaS. So I think what we did is that we saw how Snowflake target this market to compete the legacy players, but in the same time, not spreading the rumors that they will replace everyone, but they will come there and just putting a great solution, and people actually really like this one, and this is really inspired me because the fact that new company, successful company, great product, but still came out of nowhere, out of nothing basically. It's not one of the cloud vendors. It's not a solution that built by AWS, by Azure, by Google. It's actually a new brand landed in really high competitive market with legacy solution, strong legacy solution. When I saw that they succeed, I said, okay, so we basically have the same solution, but for the middleware, for the data integration, data ops. We call it as we say that we are the most comprehensive data ops platform. So if they did it, I believe that we can do it. And that was the point that I understood that I need to go out and focus only on this one. Living my great life before, because already had almost 200 engineers in North America and another 70 in Israel, and worked on strategic partnerships and everything. And now go back, January 2020, 5 people in Israel, myself alone in the US, and to start everything in scratch. But I really believed on what we're doing, and I'm still believing. And actually every day I'm believe that this is going to be really big.
Was it a business decision, a logistical decision that you decided that it wouldn't make sense to maintain this and build a branch out of your current company, or scale up your at that point your current company rather than starting new? I just want to understand a little bit about what was the decision.
I think the question is, I totally understand. Yeah, I totally understand. But I think that we could grow this company inside on the previous business up to the point that you could get, I don't know, to 1 million, 2 million revenue, but you actually cannot compete with the giants with the emerging technologies, companies like Fivetran already by then already recognized as a unicorn. So I know, maybe I will share with you what I say to my co-founders or my partners in the previous company. I came to the call and I told them, look, guys, we can keep this one in our company. There's not a full alignment with what we are doing. Mainly in the US, we work with enterprises. Rivery at that days the focus was with tech companies mainly. So I said that we can grow the business, but we cannot maintain it when I'm managing this one day or 2 days a week, and we have a small team. We need to go out, we need to raise money and compete, because we have here an opportunity to build a true unicorn within the next few years. And at that point, unicorn was really big, and now unicorn is also big. But in 2021, I felt not comfortable that I said unicorn, because so I started to use the multi-billion-dollar companies. But I think that yes, that was that very simple. I told them, look, I'm here, but I think that you need to help me to do this spin-off. It's going to be really complex. It's going to be really hard for all of us. We need to change the structure of the company in order to bring investors. But I think that it will be our biggest mistakes ever if we won't do it. My life is really good in the US, but I will feel for the rest of my life that I lost the biggest opportunity. And they helped me. Actually, they helped me to do that one. Without them, Ilan, Sigal, Eric, I couldn't do it. But I think that now everyone happy, the people that working in the new company, and the people that working with us from the outside and helping us as advisor board and whatever. And I think that everyone now is really happy, because we see the reality is, I don't want to say exactly as we planned, but very similar or very close to where we wanted to be.
And you mentioned that, that transition was hard and it was complex. Can you dive into some of those stumbling blocks, some of the difficult parts about leaving something and starting something new, even though you had already done it twice, right? So you're a multi-time founder. What was hard about starting Rivery?
I will first share my personal feeling. When I told my wife, I remember that I invited my father. We met in Montreal, and my father is not from the tech industry, but I'm always listening to his advice. And I told him, Dad, I'm going to build another company. And he told me, you are crazy. You worked for the one company for government for the 50 years or 40 years. He told me, you are crazy. Why do you need this one? And the same, my wife, you cannot take a rest. We got to the point that you can let things growing, and you still enjoy the business. You still enjoy the conversation. You still enjoy the conversation with employees. You love this company. Why to do it? But I think that I told my wife that this is huge opportunity, but alongside to that, how hard it can be. I'm 14 years, I don't know, at that time, 12 years or 13 years. I'm 13 years CEO and founder. I always had the pressure. I always under the business pressure, under the economic pressure. So, and I worked hard all my life. So, there's no more than 24 hours in a day. But what I realized that it's actually much harder. The pressure that you have from yourself, by the way, not from the board, not from yours, not from competition, from you, because you are aiming to get to really big point. You have an ongoing pressure that I never felt before. People, investors put like around 50 million on this company. You have commitment, and the commitment is not only for you or for your employees, it's for investors, for our users, for our customers. So I think that the pressure is something that I didn't know how hard is it. The blockers, and again, I came to really naive because I was an entrepreneur. I built one company. When I opened the US, I told my co-founders in Israel, look, I want to build a company in the US. They told me, no, it's not a good time. I told them, look, I'm doing it. If you want to be with me, let's do it together. Okay, if you're going for it, let's do it. And I was the guy, or the only one that was there out of the French investor or partner, and the other two co-founders in Israel. I was the one that basically traveled to US, build the business, hire the people, and eventually move there. But to build this company, I never thought about challenges to do a spin-off. And I think that it was hard because when you are coming to your co-founders or partners and telling them, look, no one will invest money in this company if we won't do a recapitalization. Very simple. To take the company from, I don't know, 80% on this company to take it to 15 or 17%. It's really hard. People understand that this is going to be big, and 17% is better than out of unicorn is much bigger than what we will have. But end of the day, you are doing a big change now. But again, I think that this blocker, I didn't realize how hard it will be. But again, thanks to the fact that I worked with amazing people and amazing partners, and we never had, any issues between us. So we always worked and helped one to another. I built the US that now it's still a huge company there and still growing, and that was my present for them. And I think that they helped me to do that one. The guy that helped me to do it was Nir. I met him just day after I met the other partners and shared with them that I'm going to spin off the company. And I told them it will take 6 months to raise money, the seed round. I want to raise 5 million, and let's see, but it will take 6 months. Day after, I met the first investor in my life because all the other companies were bootstrap. And I met Nir, and he told me, Itamar, this is amazing. And, I'm going it all the way. We will take the full round, the 5 million. And I wasn't shocked. So 1 week later, I came back to them and told them, okay, this is the structure. This is what the investor wants. And it took us like few weeks, but eventually we got to the point that, again, December 2019, we had 5 million in the bank account and 5 people in Israel, myself in the US, and started the journey of this amazing company.
What was the decision for you to go with investors versus bootstrap this one in the same way that you did your other companies?
You need money. You need money to make an investment on the technology. You cannot grow organically, even though you have a great product. You cannot grow organic with the level of investment that required to build such a huge company. Again, you can see amazing companies that I think that I read about SurveyMonkey. I read about another integration company. It's nice, but there are very few companies that succeed to do it all the way as a bootstrap. It's really hard to hire engineers, especially in Israel. If you want to bring best of class, people from the best companies in the world, from Snowflake, from in the business side, from Snowflake, from Confluent, Salesforce, the people that we hired, the key people in the organization, in the go-to-market organization, it's really, really hard to bring them to a bootstrap. And I think that was the main decision, that we need to invest on the technology before launching the full growth of the full potential of this company. And that's what we did. We used the money in the seed round not to go and hire the go-to-market team. We hired more. We increased the R&D. We built. We increased our services and our platform, again, to be the most comprehensive data ops platform. So we invested a lot on that one. Even in the A round, when Entrée joined in, I think that it was strategic for us because from two aspects. One, we had more money to invest in the company, in the technology. So I actually only now we are building our go-to-market team. In the past 3 months we built we brought the VP sales, the global sales from Confluent. He built a team of 15 people from the SDRs to today is really great people from amazing companies with proven capabilities. But in the same time, also the VP marketing joined us I think earlier this year, and I think doing this one is actually help us to come to the market with the full power, but backed by really amazing technology. Everyone that's seeing, and I'm doing a lot of demos for investors and not for customers, and I'm going to events, and you don't see a lot of CEOs in the event sitting on the booth. I like to be in the booth. I like to see what people needs and what the problem, what are the pain points, and when we are opening the demonstrations, wow, I didn't expect to see such a wide platform. So I think we used the money in the right way, and we didn't buy growth, we didn't buy revenue. We mainly focused on the product capabilities. And the second strategic point that we got, thanks to great advice from Avi, when I met Avi for the first time, he told me, okay, Itamar, it's amazing platform. The product looks good. You looks good. So we will lead your A round. I said, okay. And then he told me, but I have one condition. I told him, what is the condition? He told me, it's not condition. He told me, I have one big recommendation for you. So he told me, it must be Monday. I told him, we will do our best, but it's huge company. We will do our best. I think there is a potential, you're trying to be polite. But he told me, no, I didn't mean Monday. I think that you have a huge potential, but I'm saying that the way that you are selling the platform, there's something wrong there. You need to move into the PLG motion to sell it as a product-led growth. And I told him, look, I used to sell a lot of products in the past. I think it might be a risk to work with a lot of companies that paying you $50 a month or something like that. But let's do the analysis. And if it makes sense, we will do it. And actually we did it. End of last year, we launched the PLG, the product-led growth, the self-service, as we call it. And it helped us actually to increase dramatically the volume of companies that we are, working with. Like now we almost, we're close to hit the 350 accounts globally. And this is really big. And it's mainly thanks to the fact that we changed the model. And the beautiful thing is that since you have a great product, it's not coming on top of the enterprise or like the enterprise type of deals. Like we even call it the standard deals, not enterprise deals. The annual deals does not, it's just feeding you with more people that can see the product. And now when I'm meeting every young startup, every young entrepreneur, when he asking me about how to build a business, I'm telling him from day one, there's no way to sell a software now in 2022, especially as in SaaS product, that's not coming with a PLG motion. Focus on this one. This will give you the evidence, because it will change as it changed in Rivery, change the entire company. It's not only that you have more pipe or you have more people that are using the product. This is one thing. The second thing is that it's changed the mindset of the organization, of the product organization, that there's no one to defend on you. There's no one to represent you in the middle. Of course, there are sales engineers, amazing people, but they are not in every single account that registered to the platform 2 hours ago and just want to get data into their Snowflake or the BigQuery. So I think it changed the mindset how we work. It changed the mindset of the way that we see the support in the organization, the quality of the support. Everyone says that we are the best support. We have the best support in the world, let's say, and this is the biggest compliments that we are getting for this. I think it's part of the change that that we made here, from moving from commercial company, let's say, that generate revenue, to a company that generating revenue top down with the great sales team, but also bottom up, building and feeding the business with healthy, let's say, user based, let's say.
That's incredible advice and incredible, I guess, shift there. Is there other advice that you would give, not necessarily business related, because that was fantastic business advice, but more of advice that you'd give to founders getting started, and trying to build something like you did? Anything that you would suggest they keep in mind, or anything that maybe empowered you that you feel inspired by? We're going to close with this, so.
Yes, I think just to be yourself and understand where is your company at. I think this is biggest recommendation. Every time that you will think that you are bigger than what you think, you will do mistakes. You will make, you will hire the sales earlier than you should do, and then you will let them go. And I don't say it's okay. We had that one. It's by the playbook for every CEO. But I think that it's basically to be yourself. When I'm seeing a lot of young entrepreneurs, you're asking them, how is the company? How is the business? Oh, wow, amazing. It's huge. We are growing on this. And then you're asking them another 2 questions and you say, how hard is it? And that's fine. Sure that it's hard. It's okay. And because you cannot be 2 persons in one. You cannot be a leader if you don't really know the truth of your business. And my recommendation for them, be aware that it's going to be a hard mission. Even the most successful companies, it was really hard mission for them, and that's fine, totally fine. It's not everything happy, and it's not everything is amazing. There are some cases, I guess, that everything went amazing, but majority of the businesses that you see, and actually the biggest companies that you see in the world, they're working really, really hard, and it makes the CEO to the last employee in the company to think and waking up every day, how do I improve my work? How do I do my job better tomorrow compared to what I did before? I'm the CEO changed dramatically in the past 2 years. And again, as we mentioned, I'm a CEO of more than 17 years or 15 years, and still I change a lot in the way that I see the business, the flexibility in the mindset. If you want be a flexibility in these times like recession, instead of being stronger and actually take the advantage of the recession, if again, I don't want to sound like not polite, but to take the hard times that companies having now and as an advantage, as an opportunity, you will actually, it will be really hard for you so watch the mirror every day and be confident and about what you are doing, and share it with everyone. Don't be, no one think that it's really easy life and really easy journey. It's not easy journey. For no one. So.
Well, thank you. What a fantastic way to end. I really appreciate this conversation. I enjoyed it. We went over our time, and yeah, thank you for joining me here today.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.